Hi, JPO here again. Been a long time since I've made a video, but today I'm honing two German racers. This particular racer is really not that impressive in terms of steel quality, but the grind is good, and it takes a really good edge if you don't push the edge too much and maintain the geometry of the bevel. So that's why I'm going to put a convex edge on this. And I've repeated this on this particular racer multiple times, so it's almost like a control edge for this particular racer. I've tried to hone it on JNADs and synthetic stones and other different progressions, and it can take a refined edge, but it quickly falls apart in use. So it's yeah, but for some reason this relatively soft, slightly coarser steel takes a really good Cottigo and a slate edge. So different steels for different finishes. So yeah, this is the same procedure I've probably covered several times, so I'm not sure how much interest this is, but this is more just like a vlog to document how I honed different eraser types. So starting with quite a bit of pressure, and now I'm almost down to weight of the blade pressure when I'm at this stage. But this had a flat bevel when I started, and this is all it takes to cut in this slightly concave bevel. So you're actually, when you're applying this much pressure on a convex surface, you're actually pushing the neutral axis of the bevel past its the zero line, so you can actually manipulate the bevel angle quite a bit. But yeah, most of that is lost when you go onto a flat stone, but it allows you to cut in a new bevel quite fast with this amount of pressure. So this is the Black Shadow. Must have gotten the Unicorn Black Shadow because people seem to hate this stone for some reason. I think it's a stone that is on par with some of the more expensive old vintage Escher stones, and doesn't have the same cutting power as an Escher, but yeah, I have tested this, compared it with the labeled Escher stones, and I'm actually not able to create a better edge on a $500 old Escher than I can on this. So but the honing feedback and is slightly different. This has quite a bit of drag as the edge starts to get refined. So yeah, that might be something that puts people off, or if you push through it too much, then you eventually will set your edge back, and that might be what's happening to someone that's not able to get a good edge of this stone. It's from my experience, it's easy to use, and it's creates your typical slate edge. Yeah, everyone needs to find their own pace and technique, and this is just how I get consistent results. So I'm not trying to make this into a tutorial. This is just a documentation of how I do things, and if anyone can pick something up, that's fine. But yeah, it's been quite quiet lately on YouTube. So, and I have a few videos in my backlog, so I'm not might post some more videos, but not sure how many people actually watch these. But yeah, so this is a straightforward process. The Nagura I used was actually a JNAT, so it seems to be kicking up some bass tone too, so it doesn't feel like a JNAT edge, and it feels like a combination of a JNAT and a slate, so you get a slightly different feel if you just use the bass tone slurry, but I like to just to change it up a little. Yeah, this racer also have the typical warp you get in these 6/8 German racers. So you need to vary your pressure and to cover the whole edge. Yeah, so this I already shaved with this racer two times now, and it created a really smooth and comfortable edge. It's almost like a cuticle edge, but it's a little different. So this combination changed my mind about this particular steel. When I first honed the racer, and I really didn't like the edges I was producing, because they were falling apart after a few shaves, and just turned out that it couldn't handle a really refined edge. So I needed to just try a different progression, and this works really well with this particular steel. Yeah. I'm not sure if the blue steel 500 is a racer steel, or if it's just something they put on the blade. It's a Giesen and Farstoff racer. It's entry-level racer. Yeah, and the next racer is also a 6/8 German racer that actually has quite a bit better steel than the previous one. So this is going to get a more specialized edge. Convex or concave bevel that's produced by different shape tones. So this has a radius of around maybe 2 meters. So this is quite a pronounced curve. So I believe this is not my racer. So and I believe the edge is actually the factory edge. So it has some corrosion and a little small nicks, but or not nicks, but just a little extra steel that needs to be removed. So even on this Lagrease slow cuticle, you can cut in this new bevel quite fast. But again, you need to apply some pressure and to get it to cut this fast. Yeah, and I already shaved with this razor one time, and the owner of the razor also confirmed that he liked this particular edge. So it's a type of edge that takes quite a bit more effort to produce, but creates a really flexible and fun edge to shave with. These 6/8 full hollow ground razors are, in my opinion, ideal to do this convex hone progression on. So this is a Lagros Blanche or Lagros Jaune, or what I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but this has a slightly longer wheel radius, so this just works the bevel on a slightly different part. Again, these two stones have been shaped several years ago, so the idea that you need to maintain this shape by constantly shaping them is just nonsense. And of course, you need some experts to tell you that this is complicated and difficult to do, but it's, as you can see, it's quite straightforward. And by doing these rolling X strokes like I'm doing now, you're actually maintaining the shape of the stone. And if you just rotate it and work the stone like I'm doing now, you shouldn't need to do any maintenance shaping. Yeah, this has the same radius. This is a water of air, so this is just preparing the edge for the final Arkansas stone. This is a mudstone, I think. It's probably even slower than your typical slate. It's but it creates it does something to the edge that that seems to be an advantage when you're moving to something like a novaculate as your final step. I was also shaved directly off this stone several times, and this type of edge is not as refined as you get from your Arkansas final step, but it's quite good actually. Yeah, so just more of the same. Yeah, and I also always do my last finish on the stone by going 90 degrees and lightening up on the pressure. Trying to get some work on the heel done, but yeah. when you're working on a convex surface, even if the heel is off the stone, you're working the edge quite evenly. Yeah, so this is translucent black or blue black, or yeah, call it what you want to call it. It's behaves more like a translucent Arkansas stone. It's using sperm whale oil, but I don't think there's anything magic about the particular oil, but I like how it behaves. It smells, it stinks a little, so that's yeah, the same procedure as the other stones, starting with a fair bit of pressure and working the edge in sections. Yeah, then the fact that the stone is so slow is actually a advantage, because I don't want to burn off the geometry I created earlier. I just want to refine what I already have. So if you go to a faster stone like a Jainat or something, you burn off that extra thin tip you created on the previous steps quite fast, and you don't get the same amount of flexibility as you get when you do it like this. So I haven't really tested the durability of this type of edge. It's a little thinner, and yeah, but I like my edges to perform optimal. Just it doesn't matter if they last 10 shaves or 100 shaves. I re-hone them after before I need to anyway, because I like the edge to be fresh. So yeah, so this is probably one of my favorite types of edges on on this particular grind and steel. It's really hard to come close with any type of setup from my experience. So there's two threads on Badger and Blade about your favorite finisher and your worst finisher, and it's always someone that likes to create some controversy, and in my experience, it depends on what type of edge you want, this type of steel you're using. So this particular razor steel is you can get a good edge on most honing setups from synthetic to Jainats, and the first razor I honed, as I said, is more picky about the type of stones you use, but this is more like a universal steel, in my opinion. But some steel, like you get from the Swedish CV Hellestrands and Tiers Cesards and stuff like that, is for me exclusively either a J-nut edge or even a synthetic stone is what I prefer. So if you only own a few razors with a certain steel type, you really don't have a good reference point for what constitutes a good razor finisher, because you haven't really explored all the options you have. Yeah, so this created a really nice edge. I only had the opportunity to shave with it once, and it takes a little more effort to create, but it's a really rewarding type of edge when you put in the work. Yeah, so that's it. Just another honing session. Hopefully someone else will put out some more honing content. Yeah, straightforward, really. So isn't much to it, really. Yeah. So see you.